Hi! Hey everyone! Welcome to the AllBrands show with me, your host today, Courtney Dowdett. Courtney, you've already got the ScanNCut going. I know, I was playing beforehand. I'm just going to let her finish out. Hi! All right, guys, we are live today. So I can see you in the chat right now. So Jenny, I can see you right now. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi. Oh my goodness. I see everyone in the chat already saying hello. The chat is being flooded. Hello. Hi. So we are chat today. Am I early? You were a little early, but don't worry, Janet. It's better to be early than late, right? Right? Hello, everyone. I see you on the chat. Now, today is going to be a fun project. So if you don't know, behind the scenes is our membership group. We did the first Christmas project of the season together the other day, and we created this fun little tree, this fun little paper tree. We actually sewed him. It was really fun. So this is going to be the second one. Now, I'm not forgetting about Thanksgiving. Of course, we'll still get to do some fun projects. I have some really, really great ones planned, but I can't help myself. I need to get ahead because I'm one of those people that write individual or send out individual Christmas cards. And I completely forgot to bring one with me today because I was going to show you one of the ones we've done in the past. But my family, we always do a Christmas card photo shoot, and then we send out really nice Christmas cards. And I am very particular about those Christmas cards. I am one of those people. Now, I missed that day at school, and tell me if you did too, where they showed you how to do pretty handwriting. I missed that day at school. So I personally, I'll write out my Christmas cards for certain people, but there are certain people that I know are very, I want to impress a little bit. So like my mother-in-law, whenever she was with us, I was terrified when I would write out her address for her Christmas card, and I would do it 4 to 5 times until it was perfect, which made it really difficult because sometimes you could just do the plain white envelopes and it was fine. But I like to get custom envelopes done, and I like to make custom inserts inside of them. And I'll show you how I did this. Now, you only have so many. So there's only so many tries. And if I'm doing it by hand and I'm messing it up a few times, well, oh no, this is where my ScanNCut comes in. Now, tell me in the chat, who uses the draw function of your ScanNCut? Did you even know it could draw? Now, when you usually, what comes with your ScanNCut is it's a little holder. So it's a little white holder. See if I can get it while she's cutting or drawing. I don't want to mess up the draw. I got it. All right. So what you're usually familiar with is this little drawing tool right here that would come with your ScanNCut. And you would click the back of it, and it would have a little pin that you could put in there, a little bitty marker. Now, there are 2 markers that come with your machine. There's a purple air-soluble pen and then a blue water-soluble pen. And those are usually used to draw your seam allowance out for you. Now, Courtney, are you going to use those pins to draw on your envelopes? Absolutely not. So I get a thing that's called, oh, I went to look for it. It's in the machine. I have the second one. There we go. So I get a thing that's called the universal pen holder. And of course, I will show you that closer. So this is the universal pen holder. This is its carry case, but that comes off. And now it's just the nice little universal pen holder like that. Now I like using this because then I can use in most any pens that I want to. Now I was talking to Lauren, our imaginary friend, and I was like, oh, I have a Sharpie. It's not fitting in there. Is this a small barrel one? Because there's a universal pen holder. Then there's the small universal pen holder. And I was like, oh, is this the small one? And then I remembered I didn't use regular Sharpies. I use the fine tip ones are the ones that I use in the universal pen holder. Now, the difference between these two, I'm gonna see if this camera wants to play nicely with me because it was blinking earlier. So this is the one that comes in the ScanNCut with you. But this one is the one that you can buy separately that's called the universal pen holder. Lauren, can you put that in the chat for me too? The link to the universal one? Now, if you notice the one that comes with your machine, if you flip it over, there's a little bitty hole. Oh, there's the clicking. But there's not a hole big enough to fit a pen to go through it. The universal pen holder is open on the top. So a longer pen, that's gonna drive me insane, can go all the way through it, which is great. So if I want to put in my own pens and not have to use the Brother ones, then I can. Now, Brother does sell a pen set that's like a bunch of different colors, but there's no metallics. And something like this, if I had a red envelope, oh, you're done. If I had a red envelope, most of the time I'm going to do that in a white or in like a silver or a gray metallic because it's going to show up a lot better than if if I did it in black. Like that's going to be really hard to see on this envelope. So usually I just use some of those pens. And the ones that are my favorites. Now tell me if y'all remember these. Do y'all remember the gel pens that had glitter in them? They were like really, really, what's the correct word? I want to say juicy, but that sounds weird. But they were like these fun, like different color pen sets that you can get. I remember when I was younger, I got like the whole color set, and I would love like putting them in. If I had those, I need to go get me a set. But I've done them where I've had a few of them. I want to get the whole color set because then I could put them in here and have it draw and color. Yeah, people are trying to like, I remember those. But yeah, that would be so fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you because I was playing around with it. I had a few seconds before the show and I wanted to play. So I did go ahead and draw one out, but I will show you how I did it. And this one I did with a fill design. And it looks so good. All right, I'm going to show you on this camera. Like how, now could you do this by hand? Please tell me in the chat. Could you write this perfectly by hand? Absolutely not. I know I couldn't. Maybe you could because my mother-in-law had beautiful handwriting, gorgeous handwriting. I am not that person. So this is what's best for me. Now, I just put an address on this, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll even draw, and I'll show you how I do it, but I'll even draw some of the really cool little designs inside the machine. I'll put those on the envelopes. So that way it gives it something fun. You could do it on the back side of it if you wanted to. Usually I'll make the letters a little bit smaller, and so it has white space around. I'll leave a spot to put the stamp, of course, and then I'll do that. One year, my favorite year, I went a little overboard and I bought my stamps early, so I knew exactly what size, and I bought Christmas stamps, and behind where the stamp was, I had it make like a what is the word, picture frame. I had to draw like a picture frame where the stamp was going to go. It took me a while to make sure the stamp was perfectly centered because I was being extra, but it came out so cute. And that one I did in a very metallic-y kind of design, but super, super cute. I know, right? They're like, no way, no way. Yes way. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's see. I bought our daughter every gel pen that was made. Yeah, it is absolute. Yeah, it is so much fun. Let's see. The marble colored are my favorite gel pens. Oh, okay. Yeah. Leave some gel pen recommendations because I'm about to have to do our Christmas cards. And this is what reminded me of doing this, where I was like, oh no, I need to get started on it because we send out a good bit of Christmas cards. But think about it. If I just went ahead and like most of the time, if I can type in each of the family's names on the machine and it's fine. I don't mind doing it. I can do it a lot faster with my keyboard, and I just kind of put it in Brother Canvas and then send it over wirelessly. And I'll have like, say I have a 12 by 12 mat. Well, an envelope is not huge. I mean, it's a decent size, but I can put them on there. I could even rotate them and get multiple on there like I usually do. So I'll put multiple of my envelopes on there, just make them real quick in Brother Canvas, send it over so I can do multiples at a time. And it will be drawing them while I'm typing in the rest of the family's one. And then I can save those. So next year, I don't have to, unless they move, I don't have to retype them. I already have everyone's in there. I just put the envelope on there and I go ahead and draw it out. Unless I want it to be extra like I am this year and I'm going to have multiple different colors on the envelope. Instead of doing it in one color, I'm going to have like maybe the reindeer be like a shimmery color on that end. And then I'm going to get a red for the candy cane and have it be different spots. Now, is this completely overkill and is it necessary? Absolutely not. But is anything? So it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing any of it. I have an old ScanNCut. I've never used to draw. Do it, but I haven't used it much. But I need someone to walk me through everything it does. I got you. We're going to do that today. It's going to be so much fun. I have one of the older 650s. Will that work? Yes, it will work. It will absolutely work. Same concept. The universal pen holder, it's the same one for the CM models as it is for the SDX models. Same exact one, because there's nothing that needed to be auto about this. And I'll show you how it configures. So you're good. Both of those will work for either of those. I'm seeing some recommendations on pens, and I appreciate that. I found a list somewhere that listed all the pen folks were using for ScanNCut. Oh, if we find out where that list is, let's find because that would be great. That's a great idea. Thank you. All right, let's see. Hi, you made it. Sorry, my camera, one of my external cameras is like right there in my line of sight. So I'm like, can you use can you fill in the letters? And yes, you can. And I'll show you how to do that. Now, this is the fill design for the ScanNCut. There are drawing letters in the machine, and then there's ones that you can do different fill-ins. This is what the ScanNCut considers a fill-in design. So if you want one that's like super, super filled in, I'll show you. There you go. All right, so let's jump in there. I wrote on a quote label. Very cool. So let's jump in the machine, and I'm going to walk you through how I did it. It is so much fun. All right, now we're not going to cheat. We're going to go back home. Sorry, machine. There we go. Now, inside of our ScanNCut, we have multiple options that we could do. So I'm going to go to pattern here. I feel like the red arrow, if you've watched previous shows, whenever it's pre-recorded, the red arrow shows up. So it's weird to me to see the screen and not have the red arrows. Can't do that, Courtney. That's in editing. All right, so we have two different areas for fonts. We have this area right here that we're kind of used to, that we always use for fonts. But if you go down, there's this area and there's this area. Now, this is individual letters. You could use those too. But have you guys ever played with the draw ones? So if you notice, these are just line designs. These are used to draw. So you have drawing letters and you have drawing shapes. Now, it's not going to make you just use, that, but they do have those as options. Now, I personally don't use the letter ones because it's just one font. And it's fine if you do want to just draw with that one. They have upper and lower case, and I do believe some of the characters. Yeah, so the numbers and a period. It's not my favorite. It's simple. I like a little bit of something, a little flair, a little curve. So I would prefer not these. So I'm going to back out of them. They are there if you want to use them, but that's not what I use usually. All right, so I'm going to come back up to the top, and I'm going to go to my regular fonts. There we go. And I can select any of these. Now, the one that I used a minute ago was this one right here. So you see it has a little bit of a curve. That's the one that I used to make this one. It's kind of one of my favorites. This one I've used before too, and it's very classic Christmas, if you ask me. Love that one. But again, that one up there would be good too. So you can use any of the fonts. It does not have to be a particular font. So I'm going to use, I used that one. Maybe, let's see. I love that one. That's one of my favorites too. Darn, they gave me too many options. All right, let's use this one. I feel like that's a good one. And now I can type anything. Now, unlike some of those other two where we had other fonts, the drawing and the individual one, you can't type out a full name. You have to, or full word. You have to bring in an individual letter. So that's usually why I stay away from those. And I just like this area because I can write out anything if I want to. So a lot of times I'll put the so-and-so family. So I'm going to put so capital T. If you want to get a lowercase right here, you're going to select and it's going to bring it to the lower cases. So I'm going to put TH, a space, back to my capital, go back to the D, lowercase, OUTHAT, space, uppercase, family, F, lower, I, L, Y, where's the Y? There. And then okay. All right, so it brings that in. So we have the Dowdit family. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit set. And now I have that line. Now, Courtney, it looks like it's going to give you a double line. And it would. If I left it this way, let me zoom in so you guys can see. Let me hit the magnifying glass. All right, so you see how it's got those lines? It would draw it like that. And it wouldn't be like this where it's filled in. It would draw it as an outer edge. And that's not what I want. Now, it would be a cool design if I decided that is something that I wanted to do, but that's not. I want it filled in. So what I need to do is I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to come to Object Edit, and then I'm going to Fill Designs, which is this icon right here. All right. Now, currently, fill is turned off, but I want to turn it on because I want inside of those letters to be filled in. Now, Courtney, what fill design do you want it to go? Well, I want it to be a fill pattern. Currently, I have it where it's supposed to fill it all in. Now, remember that fill it all in looks like this, which I think is kind of fun. But if you wanted it just to be stripes or a grid or something like that, you absolutely could have that option. I don't know if I've ever selected this one. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay. All right, I'm going to zoom in so we can see what it looks like. Because I can see it, but it might be hard for you guys. That's what that would look like. That's cute. But it's not really the vibe I'm going for, so I'm going to hit OK. And Object Edit, go back to that fill design. And I'm going to select this one. Ooh, I wonder what that one would look like. Will this make it look like a candy cane? Let's see. Zoom in for you guys. I mean, kind of. I mean, if you did that in red, that would be kind of fun. Your envelope was white. It would look like a candy cane. That's an option. It's not the option I want, but that's an option. All right, I'm going to go back to the classic and fill it all in. There we go. Now you could hit fine line separate spacing. You could tell it you wanted to fill in direction. I usually keep those on auto. I feel like I get the best option when they're on auto, but if you want to play around with them, go for it. Why not? All right, so this looks great. I love this. I'm going to change the side. Oh, let me show you what it looks like whenever I zoom in. We showed the other ones. We got to show this one. All right, so that's what that one looks like. So that's where it's completely filled in. And again, for their completely filled in, it looks like that. All right, so I love that. Very, very cute. Now, is that all I want to do? Absolutely not. I want to change it and make it something else. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Add, pattern, go back to my fonts, and I'm going to select the same font again. Is that the one I selected? We'll find out together. And I want to type in an address. So I'm going to come right here where my numbers are. It's going to change it so it's in the same font, but just the numbers. I'm going to type in my address, 123, space, back to the letters, which is that icon right there. And I'm going to type in the street. So I'm going to put in, capital, there we go, Christmas. Where's the T? There it is. Space, capital, Lane. Perfect. All righty, and hit set. Now I'm going to do the same thing where I go to Edit, Object Edit, the Fill Designs, Fill On. The fill I want is already selected to the first one. It's kind of the, what is it, the default one. All right, make sure I spelled this right. All right, and then we're going to hit for the last one, Add, Pattern, that design. There we go. And then I can put in North Pole. Why not? We're making up an address. Where's the P? There it is. Alrighty. Again, select it, edit, object edit, fill design, on. There we go. All right, now north is pole is way bigger than the other ones. It's not usually what I want. So I can come here and resize it to be a little bit smaller. There we go. All right, really cool. Now I'm gonna play with the sizes and everything like that, but I usually like to bring in whatever it is. Now in this case, it's gonna be an envelope. So I have a blank envelope here, but it would be really hard to resize it and decide what size I want things to be without having something to base it off of. So usually what I do is I'll take a mat. Now this is a pretty not as sticky standard mat. If it's brand new, I would recommend a teal low tack mat would be your best bet. So I'm just gonna go ahead, see if this camera wants to play nice. It doesn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my mat. Now, if your mat is still sticky, it's okay just to put it on there. I usually like to put, that's gonna drive me insane. I have to figure out why that camera's doing that. So I usually like to put a little bit of tape because mind you, we send out 70 of these. So my mat loses stick a little bit. So I'm just gonna take some tape. Now, do I put this tape right to this paper? No. Usually I do the little trick where you put it on your hand, just take away some of the sticky and then you take it off and then it's okay to put it onto there. So again, I'm gonna take it, cut it, put it on me, and then put it on here. Let's see if this wants to behave. There we go. All right, behave. All right, so there's a piece of tape right here and a piece of tape right here, and that's gonna hold it down just fine. Again, when I do a lot of these, I'll stick as many as possible. One time I did it on 12 by 24 mat. It was great. All righty, we're gonna go ahead and load. Alrighty, let's see. Can you import your own designs? Great question. So straight to the machine, you can't import individual fonts, but you can on Canvas Workspace. There we go. All right, and plus, I've told you guys this before. There's Canvas Workspace, the app, and then there's Canvas Workspace, the desktop version. I like the app. There's way more fonts. Now, the desktop has fonts, and they're great too, but the app has more. So I use that one and it's great. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK. Okay again. And I'm just going to scan in my envelope. So I'm going to come right here to the scan tool and I'm going to scan it in. Now this is going to let me see, okay, what space am I working with? Like how much room, what can I fit on here? And what size should everything be? Because I don't want the envelope to look crazy where the words are itty bitty and the poor post person cannot actually read them. But I don't want them really big where I can't put extra stuff if I want to put extra stuff. All right, very cool. So there it is. There's my item. So now I can come here and hit edit, object edit, and I can go to the resize tool and go ahead and resize them down. Go. If you hold it down, it goes faster than just having to go. There we go. And then once you kind of realize the size, it's easy because you're like, oh, okay, that's my envelope size. Everything else needs to be in this general size. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. Cute. All right, so let's make this the height. I like that one. Do we want a 4.6? Is that really tall? Let's stick with that. All right, now I'm gonna click this icon right here. If you notice, it's got the arrows going both ways with a line through it. So I'm gonna select that because what that's gonna let me do is now if I change my height, my width won't change and vice versa. Because if you notice when I was changing it a minute ago, both of them were coming down because it wants to recalculate and resize like breathing all together. But if I select that icon, I can now do individuals. So let's say I like my height, but I wish my width was a little bit smaller. Now if I select it, it's going to keep that height the same, but it's going to make my width smaller. All right, so I'm going to select this one. That height was, I think it was a 0.6. So I want this to be down to a 0.6 so they're uniform. Okay, gorgeous. And I can lock it if I want to make my width a little bit smaller. And then bring it over. Oh, can I bring it over? Yeah, there it is. Oh, I need that to be a lot smaller. That's going to take up a lot of the envelope. Oh, we might need to make this all smaller. Let's see. Your ScanNCut can draw pretty small. I'm just saying. All right. I think 0.50 is probably our best bet. Oh, that was way smaller. Cute. Okay, then we know this one. Bring her on down too. Okay, and we can bring her over. Perfect. Oh, that's so good. I should make it, I feel like I should make the width a little bit smaller. Just so the letters are a little bit closer together. Cute. All right, gorgeous. Sorry, Nate, not gonna answer. All right, gorgeous, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and start moving things. Now, if you feel like the items are too small, then you can always go to the Move It tools, which are right here. And then you can select which one and then just move it a lot quicker. So I'm going to put these in a general area that I want them. Okay, I don't think she needs to go smaller. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my alignment tool so it actually is aligned perfectly. Why does the Dowdit family feel smaller? That's going to bother me. I'm going to make it bigger. Let me lock it. Yeah, okay, that makes me happier. There we go. All right, looks great. So I'm going to hit OK. Oh, and I'm going to come to my selector tool, which are the 3 red boxes. I'm going to select everything, which is that second icon, hit OK, object edit, and go to my alignment tools, which are these right here. I'm going to align going this way. There we go. You saw that one move? And I'm going to align going up and down. Saw it move? So it's just a little bit, but it makes it line up perfectly. All right, hit OK. Now, Courtney, you're lining it up with the picture. How do you know that that's going to be perfectly lined up? Well, right now I'm having to eyeball it to the scan that I brought in. But if you did want to cheat, you could bring in a rectangle, resize it to the size of the envelope, and then select all the items and use your alignment tool then, and then you could just delete out that box that you brought out, that you brought in. So the rectangle that you brought in, you could delete that out before you draw, and then you would have perfect alignment. Just saying. All right, gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and I'm going to show you something else that I like doing. So now, again, I could bring in one of those candy cane or one of the little reindeer or something. Oh, a candy cane right there would be really cute. Or we could hit Add, Pattern, and then we can go down. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's in here. There we go. All right, go down. And then they have picture frame ones. Let's see. It's not the one I want. Where is it? There we are. You can make a picture frame. That would be kind of fun, right? Put like a little picture frame around the letters. That would be really cute. And they have tons of different options. I think I just want a simple one. How pretty would that be? That would be kind of Christmassy, classic. Or this one would be kind of fun. Nah. I saw it and I disagreed with myself within 2 seconds. Oh, you know what? Since it's kind of boxy, you could do that and then make it a rectangle around it. That could be pretty. I don't know. I kind of like this one, the green one, because it looks like an ornament to me. I don't know. Let's bring it in and see. Okay. All right. Set. All right. So we've got it there. And we can move it over to here. Edit. Object edit. And then resize it now. Oh, it's one of those designs that don't let you do the width or height differently. Oh, wait. That kind of works. What do we think? If we move down the letters, I think it would work. And then you still have a spot for a stamp. You can still put a candy cane. What do we like? Do we like this one? I like the pink one a lot. Okay, do we need to go back? Yeah, I'm not loving him. He's cute and all, but maybe not for this. Let's see. Add. Pattern. Okay. This one, the pink. Oh, you like this one? Let's see. The name is smaller because it has a letter between the line. Oh, okay. I wish the height was taller with the width smaller. All right, let's see what this one looks like. We're just going to bring it in. Oh, this would be cute. All right, this one I think allows us to switch it up. No, it doesn't. Oh, you know what? If I had done it earlier, I could have. But once you bring it in, it doesn't let you. That drives me bonkers because I would want it wider, but then shorter so it fits it on there better, right? Do the tag and turn it sideways. Okay, let's see. Or we could just do the classic little candy canes. I want to select just, there it is. I want to delete that one out. Okay. How fun it is. Like just to play around with it and figure out the different ones. All right, let's see. Oops, add pattern. Oh, I see. Turn the tag sideways. That would be kind of cute. I love that. Let's see. Would it be cute to do one of these and then it has like the inner box and then that outer box? That would be kind of fun. Or do we just want to add candy canes? Go back and make the bigger one faster. Let's see. I think it'd be kind of fun. Let's see if we go to our holiday designs. All right, so your holiday designs live right here. And then there's a cute little candy cane. We could bring him in. Now, when you go to it, it has it separated out and it has A and B because it wants you to cut A first and B second because it thinks that it doesn't know what you're cutting it out of, but the design's already split up into 2 different parts. So the back part would be the white part and then you cut your candy cane out of the red part, but we're not cutting anything out. We're drawing. So which one would we want? Technically, you could do the B one if you wanted to, but they do just give you all the different pieces at the end right here. And that's usually the one I go to a lot of times if I'm drawing. So I'm going to hit OK. And then I've got it all together. Now I'm going to hit edit, object edit, and I'm going to resize it to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to bring it over where I think it would be cute at. A little bit smaller. Okay. And then what I like to do is I'll come in here to the rotate tool and then I'll rotate it a little bit to like fill in an area. So like if I wanted this area to be filled in, just rotate her so I think she's cute. All right, I'm going to resize her a little bit smaller. Okay, and then I could have it just be duplicated, so I could hit a second one and then flip it like that, and then I could just bring it right here. So that way it makes both of them, and then I can make sure that they're parallel to each other, and that would be really cute if we wanted to do that. So let's see. I'm going to move her over with the move tools. Cute. All right, I feel like we need something at the bottom. I don't know. I feel like there should just be like a little squiggle or something. Let's see. Or we could put a gingerbread man. So I'm going to hit add, go to my patterns again. Let's go See, we could always put one of these at the bottom and just have like a cute little squiggle or something. One of the borders. Is there Chris? Oh, there's the bow one. Let's see. That could be kind of fun. Let's just see. All right, follow me on this. Follow me. I'm going to shrink her down a little bit because I know she does not need to be this size. Okay. Oh, that's kind of fun at the top. Oh, wait, that is kind of fun at the top. Oh, no, do we want to leave that at the top? The bow's kind of fun. I kind of like that. Make it large enough to stand the entire, enough to stand at the entire dress. So like make the dress a bell. Yeah, I love. She's like, yes, yes, on the top. Okay, so we should bring the letters down, or do we like it that way? I don't know. It's just fun. That is so fun. Should we fill it in? That's a good question. Should we fill it in? I feel like we should probably fill it in, or do we like it just open like that? Because right now I haven't filled any of those in. The candy cane. We like the candy cane. Okay, so we leave the candy cane alone. But like, how fun is it to make it fun? Don't forget the stamp at the top. Oh no, we do have to put a spot at the stamp. I mean, technically the stamp could go over the drawing, but does that hurt our souls? I feel like it does. Bring the letters down. Okay, let me bring the letters down. All right, edit. You know what I should do is I should go ahead and group the letters. You know, why does the down, this feels bigger. I need to shrink this down because it's driving me insane. I know that the height's the same. Let me lock it. Maybe it's the width that's driving me insane, but there's something about this that is driving me bonkers. Bring that one in too. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come to my selector tools, and I'm going to select just the words. Hit OK. Object edit, and I'm going to weld those together, so that way I can move them as one. So shrink them if I want to move them over here. Does that leave enough room for the stamp? Object edit. That's it. There we go. I'm going to move tools. If I bring her down, does that look weird? What if we switch it? What is it? The candy cane starts at the name. And was it? Okay. The candy cane can start at the name and end at the what? There we go. Let's see. Fill candy in with red and white. Yeah, that would be cute. That would be really cute. The candy cane start at the MA. So start at the MA. What does that mean? All right. Oh, you know what? I've never tried to fill in this candy cane. I wonder. I usually just draw it as it is. Let's see what happens if I try to fill it in. Object edit. Fill. Fill on. Oh, it filled the whole thing in, I think. Yeah. I don't love that. It didn't like fill it every other one. It just filled the whole design in. I don't love that. We're going to fill. We're going to fill off. There we go. Put it back. Ah, darn. That's silly. Yeah, see, I don't like that. I wish it would fill in. I wonder if we brought in the, oh no, we brought it in this way. Let's see. We're going to test something. I don't think it matters which way I bring the candy cane in. I think it's going to do it to it either way. So if I brought in this one instead of bringing in the draw one. All right, let's see what happens if I do the fill. Oh, it does work. Okay, so if you bring in the draw one, which is the last, I mean, it's not technically the draw one, but if you bring in that last one where it brings it in as one like solid unit for the design, it'll fill the whole thing in. But if you only bring in a section of the design, it will let you do the fill properly. It's the little things in life that get me. We can make it do it properly. All right, yes, yes. Ta-da! I love y'all in the comments are cracking me up. All right, we're gonna delete these guys out. No offense to those guys, but I love this. All right, let's delete those out. Oh, that makes my heart happy. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Okay, we need to resize her down. That makes me happy. Okay. See, we're gonna tilt her a little bit. Why isn't it letting me tilt her? Oh, it is tilting. I'm just it's so small. I'm like, why isn't it not tilting? It is tilting, Courtney. Is it tilting? Yeah, it is. All right. All right, it's so small. Let's see if I can grab her. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. I want her to tilt more. Wait, too far, too far. Okay, perfect. All right, let's duplicate that one. Okay, bring her over here. Oh, I need to flip her. Oh, that's so good. It needs to go up. I know. Before you guys yell at me in the comments and you're like, move it up. I know. That is so good. Oh, I love that. I love it. I loved it. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's see if we can do the fill design on that. Do we want to do the fill design on that? Let's just see what it looks like. Oh, I like it. I actually really like it. Can you just put a stamp on the back? Is that a thing? Is that a thing we can do? Because this is really cute. I don't want to mess that up. All right, I love this. This is precious. Oh, I love that a lot. If I move, I was like, I can move the bows down to the bottom and put the candy cane at the top, but the candy cane just looks so good around the North Pole. I don't want to touch it. Is that weird? Probably. Am I okay with it? Absolutely. All right, I love this. Let me know in the chat. Let's see. All right, let me read some of your comments. You're probably like, Courtney, adorbs, thank you. Now I have to turn on my ScanNCut. Good. That is the goal. That is the goal. Afterwards, use your alignment tools to line them all up. Let's see. That's always wondered about fill in. Thanks, Courtney. Yeah. So I learned something a second ago. Just to bring it in separately, because I had never tried it on the candy cane. I've tried it on other things like the letters and a few of the different like stars and hearts and stuff like that. It was just basic ones. Never done it on the candy cane, so that was a lot of fun. The stamp should be okay because the design won't be large. Oh, is it that large on the envelope? It's gonna be pretty big. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I like how you have the candy canes at the bottom. I know, with them tilted, it's just like hugging it in a weird, perfect, awesome way. I love it. Let's see. If you build your own envelopes, you can do even more. Create, emboss, and then yeah, on the flap. Yeah, absolutely. There are envelopes, by the way, inside the ScanNCut that you can cut out. So I've done that a few times. We did them for a baby shower and it was so cute. It wasn't a ton of people. It was quite a few because it was my sister, but like it wasn't a ton people. So I left tape on my desk and it's going to drive me bonkers if I don't get that off right now. All right. So I love our design. I think it's cute. We could do it. Can you, can you arch the ribbon? Okay, so not in the machine, but if you're in Canvas Workspace, you can arch. You can arch letters. You can arch anything like that. You can actually, it does the circle and you can make it on the side and stuff and like flip it and rotate it and have it like reading a certain way. It's really fun. But yes, you can arch in Canvas Workspace. That's what I'm always talking about, Canvas Workspace. There's so much you can do in editing in the machine itself. Hello, we just did it. But there's even more you can do in Canvas Workspace, and it's completely free. So we love the word free. All right, so I love this. This is fantastic. Let's see. What'd you say? Can you place the 3 lines closer together? We totally could. I like that they're spaced out, but we totally could if we wanted to space them out. I've been working on my craft room to make a room for permanent home for ScanNCut. She deserves it, okay? Let's see. Explain the Canvas app and the desktop difference. Let me get a drawing and then we'll go over the differences between those. All right, so we love this. This is great. I'm gonna go ahead and hit okay. Okay again. Okay again. Please select. And then we usually hit cut, file, or emboss or something, but we want to draw. There we go. Now you notice how it turned it blue instead of black. When you go to draw something or you set something as a draw line, it turns blue in your machine. It's so good. So sometimes when I'll make a design in Canvas Workspace, you can designate a line to be a cut or a draw line individually. And so sometimes I'll designate it as a blue draw line. So when I bring it over to my machine and I tell it to cut, it's going to take away all the blue lines and only leave the black, and vice versa. So that way, if I have a design that I wanted to do both individually, I can just bring it all over together. I don't have to bring those in. That's my son. I need to put my phone on silent. I'm sorry. I usually remember. Anyway, he calls me a lot, bless him. But that's how you can separate them out, and they're a lot of fun. All right, so I do the same thing every day, people. Like, I'm talking about my kids. Mom is on a live every day at the same time. All right, so that looks great. Everything's perfect. Now, before I hit start, I need to set up my pen. Now, the universal pen holder, again, looks like this, so I can put my own pens. I love the ones that, this is called a Precise B5 extra fine roller bar. I just like it. It's gooey. Does that make sense? It's got a lot of ink. It's one of those good ones that aren't going to like skip out. You could use a regular pen, but I just love these. They're fantastic. So I'm going to, let's see if this camera wants to play nice with me. Move this. I'm going to put that in its little holder that comes with it. And if you notice, there are little ridges on it. Let's see if this camera might show it better. All right, so there's little ridges on your universal pin holder. So you're actually, whenever you get it, it's going to be in this. So this is its home. So you see those little teeth where it's dipping down? That's its home. So we want it to start in there. So we're going to put it in our little holder like this. Now, if you notice, this one's pretty clean. This is mine. So this one's brand new. This one's not. If you notice, mine looks a little different than the brand new one because this is how you delegate where the pen sits. So that way you don't have it too far or, low or high. You just want it to sit on there. So I've used mine a ton. This is what a brand new one's going to look like. So we're going to put the holder back in there. There we go. It just has a little part. So these little arrows are going to touch those little arrows. So if you notice an arrow here and an arrow here. So we're going to take our pen and we're going to put it in the top and then it's going to touch there. Now I'm not shoving it or anything. I'm just letting it where it sits in there nicely. Now I'm going to hold this part and then I'm going to pull this up and pull it over until it tightens on my pen. So this one is so thin that I need to go all the way over to here. And now it's in there. It's not going to come out. So now the little bitty sides actually shrink in to hold it. So I could even do a pin that's a little bit thicker than this and it would have fit in there just fine. So now it's in there and I know since I had it on my base here that this is now in the perfect position to go into my machine to draw things. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my holder and it goes in the exact same area, exact same like how all of your cutters do. And we're going to lock her down. So just like everything, lock her down, feel no resistance. Everything feels great. All right. I love this way too much. And let's hit start. All right, so she's going to come over. She's off to the races. She's drawing. You guys, the longest thing is me picking out what design. Oh, it's so cute. All right, let me fix one of the cameras because I think you guys deserve to be able to see this. So let me fix the camera. It's not going to be that camera. That one's not going to move. All right, let me see. Oops, excuse me. It'll probably have to be this camera. Let's see. This one's going to show it, but I don't think it's going to show it well. All right, it's going to have to be this camera. All right, that's the one. That's the one. All the camera angles. All right. Oh, wrong one. Oh, that's the one that blinks. No. All right, you see how it's filling it in? How cool is that? That is so cool. All right, let me answer some questions. That is so cool. I'm sorry if this camera blinks. I don't know why this one's blinking. All right, let's see. Where do you buy your pens? I went to Michael's, but they were in sealed packages. I picked from a number of different places. It depends on what kind of pen that I want. If I want a metallic-y one or anything. But like I said, this one's just a regular fine pen, and it works great in the machine. But something like this, that's a Sharpie. Whoop, there we go. These Sharpies aren't going to fit in there. They're too thick. So I usually use the thin, fine Sharpies, and they work good. I think they're like called thin, was it Fine Point or something like that? And those fit in there really well. So a lot of times, let me switch you back to this one because that's going to drive me insane. I keep this in my purse. When I go to the craft store and I know I'm going to look for pins, and if it's open, I can just try it in there. But if it's not, then I can't try it in there. But if they are, then I have them, and I'm going to put them. I don't think this one fits. Let me see. No, this one doesn't fit. Yeah, I didn't think so. Regular Sharpies aren't going to fit, but the fine point ones will. So, and then once you find one that you like, get it in all the colors. I have an acrylic little organizer in my craft home, and my craft room at home of all the different colors of all the different ones that I know will work. And then that way I can like pick and choose and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. Oh, it's so fun. I'm sorry, this camera wants to blink. I wonder why I just came over here and did the pee and then was like, all right, I'll be back later. It had a rhyme and a reason. It's going to all finish when it's done. But for some reason, it was like, yeah, this seems like a good idea. That's so funny. All right, let me answer some of the questions. Somewhere I have an envelope templates from my stamping days. Would be fun envelope from these. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Can you type the entire address and fill it out all at once rather than each line? You're going to have to bring in each line individually. It's not going to let you do them like hit a return and like let them do it that way unless you're in Canvas Workspace. You'd have to bring them all in each line in separately. But then you could select them all and then just have to hit the fill button one time. Yeah, you could absolutely do that and just like group them and then fill it all in at once, and it will let you do that. Yeah. All right, let's see. Can you tell, how can you tell Canvas Workspace from the app? Oh, yeah. Okay, we were going to answer this question earlier, and I got it on tangent. My bad. So Canvas Workspace. So if you went online and you typed in Canvas Workspace, and it would, bring you to Canvas Workspace where you could put in your login and everything. That's the desktop version. That's totally fine. That's where you want to go to register your machine. If you get any of the kits, that's where you want to go to register your kit. And it's fine. It's great. It's got designs. It's got shapes and fonts. But if you type in Canvas Workspace app, it'll bring you to Brother's site, and they'll have a area where it lets you download the app. So it's still on your desktop, still on your computer, and then you can download the app, and then it actually makes a little icon on your home screen. And so you can click into that, or at least that's how I leave mine on my home screen. You can put it where you want, but I leave it on my home screen. You can click into that, and it opens up Brother Canvas, the app. And that has way more fonts. When I tell you way more fonts, and it's got way more is that way more corrections? I don't know, but it's got a lot more different editing tools and stuff like that. Now it's the same awesome, cool designs. So like the projects version of it, but way more shapes, way more options that you can do. And I just find it more user-friendly for me because I like to do a lot of fine editing and stuff. So I highly recommend that. Same logins. So you don't have to have separate logins. Same logins. That's just personal preference. If you're like, hey, I'm not going to use a lot of the fonts and shapes, that's totally okay. Either one will work for you just fine. Yeah, but that's the difference between them. Let's see. Could you have grouped 3 lines and adjusted the size in Canvas Workspace? Yes, you absolutely can. Yep. All right, let's see. What is Canvas Workspace, the app? Same thing as Canvas. It just has desktop. It just has more options. Yep. I am thinking of the watercolor pens that might fit in the holder. It's always worth a try. I always say it's worth trying and playing around. Are Sharpies too fat for universal pen holder? Yeah, regular Sharpies are too fat. We don't want to shame them, but she is a little large. What pen is that? This one, it's in the thing. I'll show you the actual what it says on the pen itself whenever it comes out. But any like fine point pens usually work pretty well. Would the fine tip paint pens work? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as long as the actual like barrel of the pen, like this part, can fit in there, you're good. That's what you're worried about. And then you can put whatever you want in there. Does the Brother PRS 80 label maker link to the ScanNCut? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think they talk to each other. No. You could probably use them individually, but it's not going to let you have them, communicate back and forth as far as I'm aware. I don't believe so. All right. Can you use an embossing versatile pen to emboss? I've never tried it. Worth a try. I'm not sure what that would entail. They have their own embossing kit, so I usually use that one. I haven't used that, so I don't want to say yes or no because I haven't personally tried it. Can you have it fill in different color pens? You can't tell it. You can't designate like this is blue, this is green on one before. I have it. Now I have it stuck in my head. I'm gonna try them in Workspace. I know that in the machine you wouldn't be able to. No, the only thing I could think is if you brought in each one individually and like had to do it, then it was done, switched it to a different color, because that's usually what I do. But I'm not trying every other letter kind of thing, because that would take a little bit. You could always stop it while it's drawing and then switch them out, like hit the pause and switch out. But I haven't seen how you can like designate it to it. How do you transfer an SVG from the app and send it to your computer? I mean your machine. How do you transfer an SVG from the app and send it over your machine? You could just send it wirelessly. Yeah, you would hit export, and then it will give you some options to export it, and then you can export it as FCM because it'll or you can do it wirelessly. I would probably just do it wirelessly. I am working on a video of transferring a bunch of things to your machine in different ways. That video is taking me longer than what I thought it would because there are so many different ways that I'm like, I want to make sure I hit them all. So can you have the download and the app version on your? Yep, you absolutely can. Yep. Yep, same ones. Are there any pins that you would not recommend? I mean, if you can't fit in there, I wouldn't recommend those, but I don't know what project you're doing, so I'd hate to say something that's like, oh, I wouldn't do that, and then it's like, but that's what I need for my project, you know? All right, let's check on her. Look at her just a-going. I love that I got to geek out with you guys, and you're totally cool with it. You're like, okay, let's geek out together. This is fun. Look at her go. She is just a moving and a grooving. Oh, I don't know why that camera is blinking and it's driving me crazy. Oh, look, we got to see it whenever it's doing the candy cane. Let me see if I can use the other camera because that blinking one's going to put me up a wall, I swear. So cool. All right, see if this one. No, it's this one. No, it's not going to show us the whole thing. I was hoping it would show us like it kind of does. That's so. You see how it's just going back and forth. She's just a drawing. That is so cool. So let me know. Have you ever used your drawing feature? Are you going to want to use? Oh, it's done. Look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cute. That is so cute. Okay, let's take her off. That is so cute. All right, let me get the tape off. And since I stuck it on me, don't stick it on your machine, Courtney. Since I stuck it on me first, it behaved. All right, let me show you up close. Oh, okay, I switched the camera. Look how cute is it? Now this one, like the top little bit, I feel like it didn't. I'd probably have it redraw that. But like how, it kind of looks like it was stamped on there, right? Oh, it did really good on the bow. Love that. Love, 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 love that. I should have moved it over a little bit, but oh well. That's so good. That is so good. Oh, I love her. Oh, that's fun. And it looks like it was like professionally printed. That's fun. All right. So usually what I do, all right, now I'm going to be good and take the pin out and put the pin back in there. Wrong side. Oh, let me show you what type it was. All right. So this is what the one that I use. I just look for one that kind of looks like this, where it's, how do you explain it? I know it's got a lot of ink. And it's that fine tip point because that's what I want to be able to draw usually. So this one's called the extra fine. This is Precision V5 pen. I don't know. I really like these. Oh, it's a Pilot brand. This one I stole from my husband. So this is what I usually like, these, and I have them in tons of different colors. This one I just grabbed real fast because I was like, oh, Christmas green. I don't know why. And I knew I had a red envelope. And so in my head, I was like, oh, Christmas colors. But Courtney, why you wouldn't do the dark on here? That would be really hard to see. So usually with these type of envelopes, I would switch over to like metallics, like silver or gold that would like have that shine to it, or like a white, because like a white would look really, really nice on that. Oh, and if you had a white on this one, you could make it look like snow. That would be cute. All right. So I was telling you guys, I just don't like this. Like, I don't like when it's blank. And if you try online to like buy extra inserts, so if you go like Minted or any of those sites or Shutterfly, they want to charge you an arm and leg for inserts. So usually what I do is I just go and get some cardstock. And you could get any kind of cardstock. Oh, if you wanted it to be glittery, that would be fun. But I have a piece of glitter I have the blue glitter. I just don't feel like that's Christmas. No, I mean, it could be if you had like a whole winter themed kind of version of it. Do I have one have bright pink? It's not what I'm giving here, people. It's not what I'm giving. But anyways, I usually go, and also let's say if we do this polka dot one, I usually go. This sounds really weird. They have envelopes in the machine, but a lot of times I'll just take it like this. Let's see if this camera wants to play nicely. Oh, I moved it. All right, well, that camera's not gonna play nicely. And I'll trace it out and scan it in my machine and then make it cut out a bunch of them. If I have a lot to do. If I'm just gonna do one, like right now I'm just gonna do one, then I can probably just take some scissors. We knew I was gonna grab these, okay? This is your shock face. All right. Here we go. And then flip it this way. And I'll just cut my own. out of cardstock. And then I've made my own little cute custom inserts, and I didn't have to spend extra money to do that. And that's like, if you guys saw last year, I showed you how I foil my Christmas cards, because again, they want to charge you more to foil your Christmas cards. And I'm like, I could do it on my own. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to cut it. I can have my machine do it, or I can just do it if I'm doing one quick by hand. I think I need to shape that down a little. Yeah, I need to shape it down just a hair. There we go. All right, and then put this in there like these. Is it too long? No, it's not too long. Okay, put it in. I think it's this one. And then I have cute little custom inserts that are a little bit shy, so I can go ahead. I usually like to put a little bit of glue or tape or double-sided tape inside of the envelope right here and then stick that down. So then there's a cute little envelope insert, and then it doesn't block where my glue is, so that way when I go to close the envelope, it's totally fine. And then I'm just going to fold it once it's like kind of glued down a little bit like this. So that way it now wants to close with my envelope. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. So when you open it, it's just like this nice little insert area, right? It's the extra little things that get me, and I love doing those. So this was last year's card that we did. There we go. This was the cardstock that I bought and like cut out. I had my machine cut it out because bless me, I would not been able to do that corner like that. So I had my machine cut a bunch of them out, and it's just a little paper insert. Let's see if I can undo them where it's like white on that side. But this was last year's Christmas card. And I felt like it matched really well with the red, and it gave it so much fun. And it kind of went really well with our Christmas card last year because it was kind of that darky colors too. So I don't know, I haven't figured out what color the inserts are going to be for this year's card. I usually wait to see the pictures, and then I pull a color off of them and then make them really, really fun. So let me know, are you going to do this? That is so much fun to do. Let me read some of the comments real fast. Let's see. Could you use a wrapping paper? You absolutely could use wrapping paper. I did that one year. I wanted a candy cane insert and I couldn't find one. And I was like, wait a second, I have candy cane wrapping paper. It's a good way to use up your wrapping paper. Absolutely. I don't see the download app. Where do I go to get it? If you go online, you type in Canvas Workspace app. It should bring you, or it should have some options to go to Brother's site. And that's where you'd be able to download it. Yep. That's so fun. How about using a charm square for your quilting friends? Oh, I love that. That would be fun. How would you stick it down though? We always have hot glue. We always have that one. Let's see. All right. So very, very fun. Let's see. I love how this turned out. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oh, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Yes, I'll have my ScanNCut came with a drawing kit, the little brother pens, multiple colors, not the tracing ones are pretty cool. Yeah, all the color ones, I love them. They're so much fun. Let's see. Help, I need to know this. What do we need to know? I got you. What are we doing? Let's see. Lots of ideas buzzing in my brain. That is the goal. That is the goal, to have all the different ideas and all the different things that we can do. And honestly, clicking around. I always say when you buy your ScanNCut brand new, what I want you to do is one, take it out of the box. There's one person that's watching this like, okay. But take it out of the box and then click around and see all the cool different designs that you have, all the cool different options that you have to do in your machine. There's so much built into your machine already that there's a good bit that you could totally do in your machine and have a lot of fun to do. So like I said, of course, you could just do the name if you just wanted to do your name. Or you can make it fun. Or there's some really cute little designs. Like I was playing around earlier with some of the really cute little designs that are in the machine. So the candy cane, of course, but this deer has a chokehold on me. I love this little deer. It's a built-in design in the machine. I have put him on multiple Christmas cards at this point. I've filled him in. I've left him just as an outline, whichever you prefer, but he is a lot of fun. I use him as tags a lot of times, and I'll put the person's name and actually write it on the tummy and cut them out. They're so cute when I do that, and I'll do them at a different cardstock, like thicknesses and stuff. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You guys have been a blast. I love chatting with you guys live and answering questions and getting just to hang out. So, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. So I will see you guys next week for another video, but I'll see you this Saturday. We might be doing a fun Christmas project, and it might involve cutting out wood with our ScanNCut. I'll see you guys then. Bye, y'all.